It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Tesco have been drip feeding us great Northern Monk beers over the last 2 years. The most recent one I had, and I literally ran through the doors with my shopping trolley, dodged all the old ladies, ran down the aisles, made my way to the beer aisle, and I found their Death Star, which was an imperial stout, and it was brilliant, absolutely fantastic. I loved it. So it's now January 2022. Death Star's been out a few months, but they brought out a new beer. Tesco and Northern Monk are back with North. This is a collaboration with Overtone Brewing Company, one of Scotland's best breweries. We've covered them on the channel when they were very early in their infancy. Overtone Brewing Company, drinking their beers. It was terrific stuff. And of course Neon Raptor, which off the top of my head I think they're around Nottingham way in the UK. So you got Glasgow Overtone, Northern Monk in Leeds, Neon Raptor, Nottingham. It's a north-south divide. So I'm pretty sure the breweries down south are going to get together and do a collaboration, and they're going to come up with their own version of the beer, because this is called North. So we're definitely going to have a beer called South. Who would I like the southern breweries to be? Oh, let's have a think. Let's get this out and have a think about it. Colonel, for one. Maybe because they brew a lot of beer with Tesco, London Beer Factory would be 2. And 3, maybe because they got a big name in the beer industry and lots of people know their beer, maybe Beavertown. I know it's not the greatest brewery anymore, but I think if it was brewed at Colonel, and I think his name's Evan, the owner and head brewer, if he had, the powers to control these other 2 breweries, then I think, they could come up with a great beer. But this is North. This is the Northern's version, the Northern Powerhouse version, which is going to be hard to beat because I know these companies make pretty good beer. We got a 2-finger Whitehead, hazy looking straw coloured beer. It's a double dry hopped IPA at 7% ABV. We'll get into the description a little bit later on, but first of all, I cannot wait any longer. I've got to get into this aroma of the beer. I've got to get my nose into this. Yeah, just super inviting. Always super inviting beers from Northern Monk. They give you all of that wonderful hop aroma. Passion fruit, mango, grapefruit, orange peel, fleshy blood orange. But with a softness, with a slight sweetness. That smells incredible, absolutely incredible. Hazy straw coloured beer then, let's dive in. Cheers everybody. This is really good beer. So drinkable, so refreshing. Stone the Crows, absolute Stone the Crows beer again from Northern Monk. Super refreshing brew. Doesn't seem to have an oaty or lactosey mouthfeel. I'm kind of hoping that was a 2020/2021 thing. The lactose thing. I don't mind oats. Don't mind oats in my beer. But lactose, forget it. I do not want it anywhere near my IPA. I kind of don't mind it in an Imperial Stout, but please don't put lactose in my IPA. I don't want it super slick and oily. The reason why I'm saying that is because this is super, super juicy, incredibly drinkable. Not much carbonation. It's not a hisser or a fizzer, but there's just enough carbonation to push the beer around the inside of the mouth and release a little bit more of that flavour. It's got quite a nice bitterness on the back end of the beer. Are we seeing the return of bitterness in beers? Are we seeing the back end of the New England IPA style, where it was all about making super juicy beers, which this is. This is super juicy, super drinkable. But there's just a hint that the brewers want to reintroduce a little bit of bitterness to their beers again. Just to balance, I think, just to balance off a little bit against that sweetness. What was happening was we went through a really funny stage, certainly 2021, last year, beginning of last year, where beers were quite sweet and then they were quite lactosey. And in all honesty, it was putting me off the New England IPA style, because it just wasn't right for me. It just wasn't what I wanted to drink. But this is a return. This is a return. I hope 2022 is all about beers like this. Little bit of sweetness to begin with. Incredibly drinkable beer. They treated the water, Northern Monk. They give you all those grapefruit, passion fruit, mango flavours, fleshy blood orange flavours, but then with a balance of that sweetness on the back end. Oh, it's really good. It's like juice. It is like juice, but sweet and bitter juice. This reminds me of the beers that I started reviewing on the channel, the drinking, the Sierra Nevada Torpedo, and some of the Dogfish Head 120 minute, 90 minute, 60 minute IPAs. They were the first beers, even the Flying Dog Raging Bitch. I remember that, and that was back in the day a tremendous beer. I understand that those beers, or certainly Flying Dog's Raging Bitch, is not the same beer that it once was. But I loved that beer back in the day, and this kind of reminds me of the original Flying Dog Raging Bitch. It's tremendous beer. Leeds Northern Monk team up with Glasgow's Overtone and Nottingham's Neon Raptor to form the North tag team against some of the finest breweries the South has to offer. Combining their shared passion for all things hoppy, the Northern Powerhouse are represented by a double dry hopped IPA packed full of Citra plus Strato, Idaho 7 and Eldorado for sweet and zesty citrus, juicy tropical fruit and dank bitterness. Yeah, it's good. I've had beers from all three breweries. I've had a lot of Northern Monk, I've had an awful lot of Overtone, and I've had quite a bit of Neon Raptor at the same time. Good stuff, 7% ABV, 440 milliliter can, that's rated then. I like it, I really like this beer. Looks good, smells good, tastes incredible. The price I paid was £3.50. I paid £3.50 for this in my local Tesco. The price may slightly vary from where you are in the country. Some of you might be paying £4 if you're in the London region. Yeah, but I like the beer enough to give it a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!